In this video, I'll be looking at some of my premium kitchen gadgets and thinking about, would I buy them all over again? Which ones were worth the money and which ones would I just never lay eyes on? Let's take a look. This is the Sage Barista Express, and you can see it in the background of just about every single one of my videos over my shoulder there. I've had this since August 2020 and it pulls about 2 shots every day on average. It's a bean to cup espresso machine. Beans go in the hopper at the top, ground into here. There's a variable grinder setting for many different ways, and there's 2 different ways to set the grind settings. You then pull your shots through the portafilter. It's got multiple baskets inside for different configurations, and it has a steam wand here. Plus it has the ability to dispense hot water. It's considered down the lower end of the prosumer espresso machine market. It does a little bit of everything, and I think experts would tell you it doesn't do any one of those things particularly well. But for me, it does just a decent enough job. I quite like a milk-based coffee drink, therefore I get my espresso shot. I get the foamed milk that I want. It's worth saying, this is not a press a button, get a coffee machine. It requires more skill than that. It requires a bit of setting up, dialing in, as the pros call it, where you work out exactly what your beans are doing, exactly how to grind them right, a bit of weighing, a bit of measuring, a bit of trial and error. There's lots to consider. And then with milk steaming, that's a skill unto itself that this steam wand doesn't do automatically. You've got to figure out the right angles and get it to exactly the right level so you're happy with it for your drink. So it's not a set and forget machine. You need to play around with it. Therefore, if you're getting a machine like this, you're getting a hobby. You're not just buying a machine. That said, I still absolutely love it and I wouldn't change it. It was about, I think, a shade over £500 when I bought it, and it has gone up in price since then. Would I buy it again? I don't have any regrets buying it, but I would probably make a different choice. Sage now offer the Bambino or Bambino Plus, which is about half the footprint of this machine and just basically does the coffee and milk side of things. That's absolutely fine. It's exactly the same technology, the same thermostat above, controlling all the heating and the pressure and all that. So it's basically the same machine on this right hand side. And what I've then learned as I got further into coffee is that the first thing you should spend the most amount of money on is the grinder. And the grinder gets middling reviews from a lot of experts. I'm happy with it, but what I would probably do is spend money on a grinder, then whatever's left, then get an espresso machine. In fact, on Sage's website now, they're offering a bundle for their Pro grinder and Bambino, which is cheaper than this machine, and I would probably get that if I was buying that today. I've got a full review and unboxing of the Barista Express, plus a beginner's guide on getting a shot. I'll link them in the description below. And this is the Sage A Bit More Smart Slice 4-piece toaster. I think I've got that right. Again, I've got a review of this on the site. I'll find a description for you. It retails at around £99, and I got this in May 2021. In terms of features, well, just like every other toaster, instead of a dial, you've got a swish little thing, but that's no different to having a dial. There's nothing sexy there. It has a crumpet/fruit loaf button so that it toasts one side more than the other. Again, so far, all the things you've seen in other toasters. There are 2 features this toaster has that are absolute genius. That is the A Bit More button, whereby it cooks it for another 30 seconds. I've timed it, it's exactly 30 seconds. Why don't all toasters have this button? It's fantastic because you set it to the lowest setting. Oh, it's not quite right. You set it to the lowest setting, go down again, bang, comes up and it's burnt. The Bit More has saved so much bread over the years, it's not even funny, and our toaster gets used literally every day. The other feature that this also has is the ability to peak the toast out the top. Not cancel it completely, but you can lift it out while it carries on cooking, and you can just peek and have a look and think, oh, is it quite done yet? 2 genius features. However, there are two things about this that I'm less than happy with. After about 2 months, it developed some pitting on the stainless steel on top, which I wasn't crazy about. I contacted Sage Support about it. They promised to get me a replacement unit. There was loads of faffing. It never came out in the end. And I gave up chasing them, so I've just lived with it. It doesn't affect the device, it just looks a bit ugly. Secondly, some of the cooking is uneven. Some parts of the bread will cook better than others, and then other times it's fine. I don't really understand why that happens. And for a toaster that you pay £99 for, you kind of want really good consistency. So would I buy it again? Absolutely not. I think it's an absolute waste of time, which is such a shame because the a bit more function, is absolute genius. Not one I would keep. So this little beauty is the Kitchen Whiz Pro. Now, full disclosure, Sage sent this to me back in August 2013 to try, and I absolutely love it. It's an absolute workhorse of a food processor that will chop and grate and mix and slice and do your laundry probably. It's got a whole bunch of great features like this extra wide hopper, so stuff fits down there really easily. Retractable cord, which I like. Countdown, count up timer. It weighs a ton, which sounds like a negative, but actually means that it's not going to go anywhere while it's vibrating away. Absolute beast of a motor, and carves through anything, whether it's sweet potato, whether it's cabbage, carrot, cheese. I probably use one on average once a week, whether it's to mix some dough very, very quickly, grate some stuff for making a coleslaw, chopping a bunch of stuff that's going to end up in a casserole or pie. It's absolute beast of a machine. I think it was about $399 back in 2013, and it has since been superseded. You can't buy it anymore. It's been replaced by, I believe, the Kitchen Whiz 16. I've only seen one on the website, so I can't confirm if they're exactly the same machine, but they look pretty similar, and there's a whole box of gadgets you get with it, box of blades that also go with it. So would I buy this again? Absolutely. If this stopped working on me and I couldn't get it fixed, then I would absolutely buy it again, no questions asked. If you need any food processing done in your kitchen, I'd recommend this bad boy. So this guy is the Sage Adjusta Grill Press that I was sent by Sage in November 2014, so I didn't pay for this version. It's fairly hefty sandwich press slash grill slash squisher. It has a heat setting here to go from sandwich to sear, which essentially means from low to high. That's all that really means. It's got quite a hefty hinge on it. You can set whether it's locked here, which is great for storage, or you can set it at a certain height and then it won't go any lower than that, so it won't completely squish something if you've got something going on. It also has adjustable feet, so it can sit up or sit flat. If you want stuff to run off. I have a drip tray as well that also belongs at the front here. So it's your standard bars up here, flat plate down there, squish your sandwich, cook your chicken breasts, whatever. I use it quite often, a couple of times a month maybe, particularly for cooking chicken breast, or if I want to get like a Reuben style sandwich or some sort of toasted sandwich. It absolutely does the job there. They don't sell this exactly, but they sell something called the Perfect Press now. Would I buy it again? No. There's a few reasons for that. First of all, these plates are actually quite difficult to clean. They are a non-stick metal, but they are a real pain to keep clean over and over again. I like those ones where you can take the plates off and put them in the sink or the dishwasher. This, as it is a real pain because you wash it and then the waste water's got to go somewhere. I find it really annoying. The other thing is, this cable might be 1 metre long. It's just not long enough. I can only have it in certain places in the kitchen and it really winds me up. So I wouldn't buy it again, and the kind of machine it's got, it doesn't have that Sage finesse where they've got clever gadgets and clever features on it. It's just another sandwich press that you can find in loads of other places for at least half the price. I would avoid. And this is the Smart Fryer, which, for disclosure, Sage sent me in October 2013. It's a deep fat fryer. And I don't know why it costs as much as it does. It's at the premier end of the market, although I can't seem to find it on the UK site anymore, but I can find an identical model on the US site. It's a deep fat fryer with a lid, with a basket. Standard stuff. It has a digital readout display with a number of presets on that are pretty straightforward to use, and they just set temperatures and times for you on your behalf, or you can go to custom and off it'll go and work that out for you. The Sage gimmick is that they say it overshoots the temperature, which you can watch it do. If you set it to 180, it'll go to 190 and then say it's ready. Because of course, if you put something in to hot oil, the temperature gets lowered straight away, and with deep frying, you're cooking at a very quick time. Over a 20-minute pan fry, it doesn't make any difference. In a 3-minute deep fry, that could have quite a difference in the finished product. But I wouldn't buy it again. I just can't see what this fryer is doing that another cheaper model isn't doing, safety aside. I just can't see what the value add here is in buying the Sage one. I think my biggest gripe with it is that there's nowhere to put the lid when you are checking and testing something. You know, you can't pop it on the side anywhere. You literally have to put it down somewhere with hot oil around the rim of the pan. It's a nightmare to clean, but that's true of all deep fat fryers, and it's why this is not exceptionally clean. As much as I put it on my hottest cycle in the dishwasher, it never comes out particularly spotless, and it is a bit frustrating for that reason. It's a deep fryer. It works as a deep fryer, but you don't need that Sage level of price to go with it. And this is the Sage Smart Scoop Ice Cream Machine. It's an ice cream machine with a built-in condenser. So that means it does everything all in one. You don't need a separate bowl to put in the freezer. You pour your mixture in here, off it goes for 45 minutes to an hour. Out comes sorbet, gelato, ice cream, frozen yogurt, whatever you set it to. I will say Sage sent me this one in September 2015, and this has got hard use ever since. It comes out all the time, summer and winter. I'm always getting requests from friends, can you make XYZ ice cream and bring that round? Yes, no problem. I get through a lot of eggs in my house. I think it's a fantastic machine. If you look on the market, it's still holding its price. It's around the same that it was back in 2015, a shade under the £400 mark, 370, 380. Look for it on sale. It regularly comes up. A lot of people talk about this or the Cuisinart. I haven't tested the other one, so I can't give you any basis for comparison. All I can say is I've used this hard for 9 years and it's never let me down. Some of the reviews on the Sage website say that it's got some issues, it gets stuck or it freezes at the wrong point. All I can say is I've never had that issue with mine. It's a quality little machine, and you need to decide for yourself whether that's the right price for having ice cream. I'm fairly convinced I would replace it if I had to buy it again, just because I love having ice cream. And the stuff you make yourself is so much better. If you're looking for recipes, shout out to my man Nick at Polar Ice Creamery. Link around here somewhere or in description. Excellent ice cream technologist. I suggest you go follow him. What's the one piece of kitchen gadgetry you can't live without? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you next time.